level of awareness.
Definitely, yeah.
And that change in awareness also makes me realize that how this impure mind is working in me. I can change my perception. And the moment you change your perception, all those anxiety, duality, and a conflict dissolves.
I'm sorry, let me get my booklet here. My notebook.
Okay, okay. So when you change your perception because of the level of awareness, why my self awareness goes down? Because of the delusion, because of the impurity. Take one example. I'm 80 years old, so it is difficult. No, you are not 80 years old. Nothing is
No,
difficult.
I'm 88 years old.
No, no, I'm just giving an example. Nothing is difficult. Nothing is difficult because we are human beings. The mind in delusion causes the foolishness, results in reaction, agitation, and suffering. You keep on, let the medical science is another branch of the knowledge, let them do it. We are not opposing it.
No, no.
So we are just, oh, we can extract the knowledge in the cream. They say that there is some problem in the brain. It may be because of the DNA and the neurons and the neurotransmitter. Very good. We agree with you. But then now see what we say. We say what is given to us. Think of it. Did I ask, please God, give me the intellect at the time of the birth? Intellect was given to us, mind was given to us, sense organs was given to us, the body is given to us, and the carb, protein, and fat are available in the material world. So, all of them together, we say we have eightfold nature, which is common to all beings on this earth planet. Eightfold
Oh,
nature.
I'm sorry. We have what? I'm not.
Eightfold,
Eight.
eightfold
The
nature.
number eight?
Yes,
What do you
number
mean?
eight.
Okay.
Eightfold nature. So
Oh, okay.
at a very basic level, the five elements plus mind plus intellect plus ego. These are the eightfold nature. Now we are aligned with the modern science. How? Five elements. We say five elements, they say carb, protein, minerals. We say simply five elements. Everything is composed and consists of the five elements. Then who perceives? The mind. Who takes the decision? Intellect. And who is the I thought? I thought is the ego. So we say that it is the eightfold nature. Now we have to prove by understanding that we are not the nature. We are different and separate from the nature. We are the real self of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Or you simply say consciousness. From the modern perspective, you say the consciousness is not matter. Simple. Consciousness is not matter. How simple it is to, and then we will see that what is this consciousness? So in Eastern wisdom, we recognize and realize that we are the consciousness, we cannot be the matter. And I have given that example many a times. I'm giving the same example now also. Look at my left hand. I say, oh, here is my left hand. But the left hand doesn't say, okay, I know you, you are here. Because it is matter. It is eightfold nature. It cannot say. So it means I am always present where there is consciousness. Look at it. How beauty of the journey is. So, but before we go further, we have to analyze and understand this nature, and then I'm using another word, nature and natural intelligence. There is a nature and it has got its natural intelligence. Go down. Any living being is given intelligence to survive, to reproduce, to save oneself, and to be in peace and happiness. Tell me if it is not true. The ant, you touch the ant, it changes the direction because there is an intelligence to save myself. Why to save myself? To be in peace and joy. Look at it. Now see that natural intelligence is present everywhere in the nature. You have one group of plants are present in the Himalayas, other group of plants are and the trees are present in the Amazon forest. Third group of plants and trees and animals are present in the desert because of the nature and the natural intelligence. Can you bring the Arctic polar bear to this Arizona? They will die. It is natural intelligence. Think of it this is we do not question. You see the beauty. We do not question, tiger, why you are eating flesh? Why don't you become vegan? They cannot. Cows, why you are eating grass? Oh, let us taste today. Let us taste some kind of a flesh. I have cooked it with Indian spices. But why they are not able to change their behavior? Because the nature is controlling them. Nature and the natural intelligence is programmed. It has programmed all the trees and the shrubs. It has programmed the ant. It has programmed the elephant. It has programmed the tiger. Oh, think of it. Just be aware. Understanding is required. So every being is programmed by the nature with a natural intelligence and they cannot change it. And because they cannot change it, now the main secret is coming. Because they cannot change it, so they live in a moment. All animals live in a moment, and we have to make an effort to live in a moment. Do you see that? See every from the ant to the trees to the animals to the insects to the tiger to the lion to the polar bear to the whale. Nature and natural intelligence. So nature has programmed them, and that is why they constantly live in a moment. You show the stick to your pet dog, they 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 run away. Now, the next moment you show them the bite of the food, they run. They don't carry that any impression. Oh, Anne was showing the stick, and now she is showing me the food. You see that? So, nature, natural intelligence. One thing. Now, let us move to the human being. What about the. So, nature has given a little freedom, not total freedom to me, but a little freedom. How? By the intellect. How by the intellect? Intellect has a free will. I can make a choice. I can become vegan. I can become vegetarian. I can become non vegetarian. Huh? I can marry one. I can divorce one. Everything is programmed in all the living beings except the humans. See that? You cannot, you should not, or you cannot ask tree why you are so tall, herb why you are so small. Programmed by the nature and natural intelligence. We are working on how the delusion takes place, how the foolishness takes place in the mind, and then we continue suffering. So we are moving step by step. Why the tree? You can banyan tree. Why you are so tall?
Let me, can I just mention something?
Yeah.
I heard it recently, or a few years ago, from, it's, I mean, we limit everything, but it's in the power of human beings. But there have been a number of people, scientists, who work with woods and trees, and they found that there is something like a soul in plants,
Yes.
which is really
Yes.
fascinating.
It's a fact. Yeah.
About it. I read a few articles there.
You are right. You are a.
People in Canada, in Germany, and probably many other places.
You are approaching to the Eastern wisdom through a science. Intelligence cannot be present without the consciousness. So whether you say it is a soul or anything else, you name it anything. I'm not. I don't want to go there because it will be a different topic. But nature and the natural intelligence, the word I use, the natural intelligence cannot be cannot be available without consciousness. So the consciousness is present in the ant, in the elephant, in the plants, in every being, living organism. The way the science says. So they are right. They are coming to closer to the Eastern wisdom. So now you see that, why the tiger eats flesh, why the cow eats grass, why the snake has a poison. We don't question. Why? Natural intelligence. Nature and the natural intelligence has provided them a mechanism to continue to live, continue to reproduce. You see the reproduction, or you can simply say in a rough language, is a sex. In all the living organism, we have a sex. So it has to work through the natural intelligence. And because of the intellect, you see, we are given a little freedom. We are not given an absolute freedom because of the intellect. And we misuse this intellect. One example I always give. Every animal, plants have a season to reproduce. We don't have any season. It is the misuse of the intellect. And then we do not stop here. We are 60 or 70 years old and we say, oh, I will defy this nature and the natural intelligence. How come? By Viagra, So, going further, to become, what happens that no living organism becomes. They are in the state of a being. We always want to become, we are constantly becoming, and we are trapped by the process of becoming through the mind. It causes the endless delusion and it causes the foolishness. One simple example, and has a big house, it is costing 1 million. So I don't want to get a home, but I want a bigger house than the ant. And that becoming process leads me to craziness, leads me to reaction, leads me to anxiety, and that is where the competition breeds the jealousy, hatred, duality, where it is in my mind. It is in my mind. And that causes the endless delusion. You see what I said? No living organism has an ability to become. What it means? A shrub cannot become a banyan tree. But because of the intellect, I have an ability to become. So I don't understand this becoming process is to realize my real self, not to have an ego. Ego is given by the nature. So this ego should work to evolve, to rise in awareness, to know the secret of who am I, instead of another problem. You see that another problem the our masters have think it. I get married. Okay, so I become husband. The wife is outside. I earn lot of wealth. The wealth is lying in the bank. I claim that I am a rich person. You see, go on thinking. I become a mother. So the son or the daughter is outside, and then I become a mother. Whatever we do in this material world to become, it is always outside, except one thing. Now, I want to discover the real self. What happens? The real self is within me. I am the real self. All the problems and suffering are gone. See that. See the beauty of the thinking and contemplation in our journey of life. We become what it means, one level, we are freedom. At other level, we are bound by the nature. We are given a little freedom, and we have to use this little freedom to rise in awareness. We have not to misuse this little freedom coming from the intellect to engage myself in anxiety, duality, conflict. That is very important. Once I understand it, then I'm constantly living into that awareness in that state of being. And when I live into that state of the being, I live in meditation all the time. It is 24 by 7. I sleep in meditation. I wake up in meditation. I eat in meditation. I talk in meditation. I walk in meditation. Everything is clear. So where we are caught? When we are caught not by the nature, but by the ignorance, delusion, and foolishness. From where it comes? From the I thought. And then the I thought goes into the mind, and then the mind creates a delusion. What is that delusion? The world outside contains the property of peace and happiness. So what is that? Oh, I gave an example, and he has a big house, so I should have a bigger house. My intellect should think how I should survive. Do I have a house? Do I have a food? Do I have a shelter? Yes. So let me enjoy and be happy. But it does not mean that I should not progress. I should continue to progress minus competition, minus jealousy. Competition, jealousy, duality, and a conflict are part of the delusion, and that results into ignorance, and ignorance causes the suffering. My master used to say that knife in the kitchen and a knife with a gangster. The intellect is like the knife. Intellect is like the knife. I need not to explain further. You have understood. The mind works for comfort and pleasure. It is good. I avoid pain. That is also good. So it also works for seeking validation, pleasure, and happiness from the world. Wrong. And there the intellect supports. Why the intellect supports? Because of the mind. What the mind does? Mind causes the attachment. Mind, because of it, and why it causes the attachment? Because I am hollow and empty within. And that is why I am attached. At least I should get some happiness. A woman who is of my age, 66 years old, and her son is also attending my private lesson, and her mother is also attending. So recently she sent an email that everything is good, I'm doing good, I'm understanding the Eastern wisdom, but there is one problem, but, dash, 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 dash. And then she wrote in the next line that recently my son has come to me. She has got a lot of money. And my son asked me some amount of money which I gave to him. And it has been 5 months now. He has never even called me a single time. And I'm stressed now. So I asked her that, did you give the money with a condition that he should call you every day or every week? If that is so, then give me $100,000. I will call you every hour. No, then what is this? I said, this is attachment. This is attachment. What should I do? I said, you have to contemplate and reflect because he's your son. You are mom. You want him to progress. You gave him the money willingly, with pleasure, with a sense of comfort and peace. Yes, I gave it. Forget it. What do you mean? I said, you have given the money to the son. You have not given that large sum of money to me, to a stranger, to a foreigner. But I did not understand. So I said, you think that I had the resources and I spared those resources to the son for his progress. I will never ask any favor from him. Think of this in your mind for about a week. So the next week she sent me an email, then I'm totally relaxed. Now I can easily understand what is this attachment. I have it, so I spared it. Finished. and you have given to someone who you claim who is near and dear to you. No, but if the second son asks, I said, let the intellect make a right decision. So, where is the problem? So, oh, yes, I never thought of it. Why you are projecting a situation in the future? And I can tell you, she has 50 pets. Did you hear?
What, 50 what?
50 pets. Pets, pet animals.
Oh, pets. Pets. Oh, I see. I don't know.
She has animals like lizard. She has couple of birds. She has turtle. She has dog. She has cats.
Oh my God.
So I remembered and I said, how much favor you seek from these pets. See, she started laughing. But I said, no, you answer my question. Do you seek any favor from these pets? No. And how much care you do to these pets, you don't care your son. Because his son has got married and he has a couple of kids. Oh, so we should have that state of the mind? I said, yes. Why I should have that state of the mind? Because of living in a moment, living to be in the state of the being. Or in your language, I told her that you are Christian to recognize and realize the soul in you. She was very happy. So, what happens? We become the mind. We are mind, runs between the dualities. Because there is no dualities with a tiger, with a cow, with a banyan tree. They have a natural intelligence. They are programmed. They have only one option. So we are given an option by the intellect to choose the next level, not to go down to the next level. Did you understand this point? Eastern wisdom says because of the intellect, I have the five sense organs, I have a perception through the five sense organs, I can think, I can make a choice. Let the intellect make a higher and a higher choice to evolve myself. I should not make a lower choice so that I will become subconscious, I will become unconscious, I will become impulsive. I can enter into anxiety, I can enter into duality and a conflict. So the intellect has both the ability. Intellect is dictated by the mind, it falls in love. Intellect is dictated by the mind, I fall in love. If the intellect dictates the mind, I rise in love. Rising in love is a new level of awareness. Falling in love is the same impulsive nature, animal mind. That is why people think I marry to be happy and I divorce to be happy. My pet statement is there. I enjoy eating pasta, which causes the constipation. So pleasure puts me down. Let me leave it. But mind comes in between. Mind says you are attached to the pasta. You cannot leave the taste that remains hardly for 10 minutes, which gives the problem for many days. 7 days of constipation. So, what exactly we are doing in Eastern wisdom? We are extracting, if I'm using the word for to understand, we are extracting that consciousness from the intellect. And then we want to know what this consciousness is. And as we go further, we recognize and realize that we are of the nature of consciousness. This consciousness is real I, that is of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So when I say that I am stressed and I have anxiety, no, this I is coming from the I thought. And in the very beginning, I told you there is an eightfold nature. That includes the I thought also. So this I thought is not I am. Yes, I am not. Behind that I thought, which makes the I thought conscious, is I am. That is the difference between the real I and the false I. So as long as you are settled in the real I, where is the anxiety? Where is the reaction? Where is the problem? Where is the foolishness? Where is the suffering? That I do not understand. And because of do not understanding, it causes the attachment. Because of the attachment, it causes the delusion. Because of the delusion, it results into foolishness. And because of the foolishness, I continue to suffer in my daily life. This entire description, Master uses only one single sentence. Because I don't know my real nature, it causes the suffering. But how you say that? I don't know. So the master says, let me change the statement. You see that how we progress into this field of awakening and mindfulness. So master says, let me change the statement. That you know and still you don't know. Oh, you are confusing me. No, no, we are not confusing. So if I ask you, and do you know Hindi language? No, you don't know the Hindi language. So there are two parts hidden into it. First part, I know that I don't know Hindi. And the second part, I don't know Hindi language. Do you see that? Similarly, when I use the word I, so yes, I know that I am here, but who I am, I don't know. So I know a little bit who I am, but I don't have a complete knowledge of who I am. Because I don't have a complete knowledge of who I am, so I project this I on a big house. Let us say I'm rich, I'm husband, I'm wife, I'm son, I'm so, I'm so. And I fall into ignorance, and ignorance causes the attachment, attachment causes the delusion, delusion causes the foolishness, foolishness causes the suffering. Look at it, how easy, but we have to contemplate again and again. Whenever I'm anxious, okay, am I anxious, or raise the question, have a doubt? So then you recognize it is the I thought which is claiming that I'm into anxiety, not the real I. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So when we see that, now this I is made up of mixture. One is the false I, other is the real I. For both we are using I. So separating the two, the false from the real, is awakening. So the moment you start separating the false I does not exist. So it dissolves, it disappears. How come? Like the water in the mirage, like the waves in the water. All waves are nothing but the water. All clay pots of different sizes, shapes, and colors is nothing but the clay. Oh. Now, in this process of contemplation, you will forget whether you have anxiety or not. you are already in you are already in peace, and that is why we have a liberate principle. You see, that is why we have a liberate principle. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Oh my, I thought was saying that I'm into anxiety. Oh, it is because of the I thought. The I thought, intellect, mind, five elements. Oh, it created, it projected. If I am the body, I am the mind, I have a situation, and I'm stressed, I'm into anxiety, everything is gone. It is, I wish that the science should understand this process of discovery and they will definitely realize that there is a soul in every living organism. The process has to be this. There cannot be any other process because I am subjective. I'm a little bit deviating by saying that I am subjective. The mind, intellect, and the I thought can know anything and everything which is placed before me. You are in front of me, so I know you are, and computer is in front of me, so hence I know. But what is behind the mind, intellect, and this I thought, mind has no way to know. That is the subjective reality. So, if I want to do the scientific research in finding the real self, I have to create a different protocol. I cannot follow the objective protocol of the scientific research because you are going to search what is behind your mind, what is behind your I thought. So this struggle will continue, and as we progress, we rise in awareness. uh, You see, what the wave has to do to find the water? Tell me. If the wave goes in search into the world to find where is the water, he cannot find. But if the wave turns his mind, I'm just giving an example, the wave turns his mind to himself, withdraws his mind, his now mind is empty from all the objects of the world, wave realizes that I'm the water. Wave realizes I'm the water. Where is the problem? But as long as the wave continues to hold on to the idea and the thought created by the intellect and the I thought that I have a name in the form, hence I am the wave, and hence I am different from the water, hence I have to discover the water. When you say I am the water, problem is there. The same way, I feel I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect, I am the ego, I'm into anxiety, I have the stress, I'm the rich, I'm poor, I'm a husband and I'm a wife, I am son and I have to drop everything. So once I drop everything, what I recognize, there is only one pure consciousness. That pure consciousness is of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. I'm awakened. I'm awake. So why I use the term real? There is no absence of real self at any time, in any situation, in any event. Can you tell me when the consciousness was absent? In sleep, consciousness was there. Mind is not there, so that is why we cannot recognize the consciousness is not there. In dream, yes. In waking state, yes. In stress, yes. Because in stress also, because of that consciousness, no, I know that I have a stress. How can I know? How can I know without consciousness that I have stress, I'm into anxiety, I'm happy, I'm unhappy? And what is false? False means it lives at a particular time and then it drops. Body, 66 years ago, this body of the beard guy was born. Before 66 years, it did not exist. So body is false. So it will continue to exist? No. Maybe after 10, 15, 20 years, this body of the beard guy will go. So it is false. I have to reflect on this. Same way the mind. Why? Why? Because nature, eightfold nature, eightfold, eightfold, eightfold nature is not me. It cannot be me. So we have been studying this text, and this text says, find the unconditional love within you. So you see that his approach is find the unconditional love. So what he is pointing us that what is conditional love? Simple definition. I like you because that is why I love you. But if I dislike you, I cannot love you. It is conditional love. You cannot love any person, any event that you dislike. And because of dislikes and dislikes, I keep on thinking, I like mind subconsciously. And that causes the attachment. You see the journey from the attachment causes the delusion. From the delusion, it causes the foolishness. Foolishness causes the suffering. And then I claim that I'm suffering. Fact is that you are not who is suffering. You are that which cannot suffer. You are that absolute consciousness that has never seen the suffering. So now this master, which we have been discussing, so in the second line, the master points out that, oh foolish. So he is addressing all of us, oh foolishness. So we have already understood the foolishness caused by the delusion, delusion caused by the attachment, attachment caused by the ignorance. What is ignorance? That I know that I am, but I don't know who really I am. Oh, it is big. So that is why the master is addressing oh foolishness. But then he gives a metaphor. And that metaphor is so deep, so it has to be. The master, what it says, third line. Third line, Master says, when appointed time of the death comes. Pay attention to each word. When appointed time means I had an appointed time of the birth which I did not know. There is an appointed time of saying goodbye that I don't know. When the appointed time of the death comes, will you continue to remain foolish, or do you want to drop this foolishness? So now we have to go and understand. So he gave another metaphor. This master who transformed the entire journey, his name is Shankaracharya. So he was with his disciples. He went to Varanasi, the oldest city in India, the spiritual city in India. So he saw an 80-year-old guy repeating the rules of the grammar at the bank of the Ganges River, who has written 10 books. I have written 10 books, yes. So I know the grammar. Why am I repeating the rules of the grammar? You look at it, it's a very deeper essence. So, no, but how it is related to my life? Okay, tell me how many times you were anxious, reacted, and upset today? 10 times. Tomorrow, yesterday, 3 times. 5, 3 plus 8. Do you expect not to be anxious tomorrow? No, I can't promise. So I have been anxious. I have been upset. Say, for example, I have been upset over my son. How many times? Maybe 1,000 times. On one count or the other, which sometime I expressed, sometime I did not. I wake up in the morning and some thought comes and I'm depressed. What the master is saying, why you are repeating the rules of the grammar, how long you will remain anxious, how long you will be getting upset, how long you'll be getting depressed. Is there any limit? or you, or you are born with anxiety, stress, and you will die with anxiety and stress. Do you see the essence, the secret? We have to contemplate and reflect again and again. When the appointed time of the death comes, come on, how long you are going to repeat the rules of the grammar? So both the combined together, he is addressing that you are foolish. We have already understood from where the foolishness comes, and then the master points in the first line of the verse, come on, unconditional love. You are of the nature of unconditional love. Don't put any condition. The moment you put any condition, it comes from the deluded mind. Use your intellect. And in the end, that 66-year-old woman, I said, do you see what is unconditional love and conditional love? So now tell me, you are in conditional love with your son or you are in unconditional love with your son? She said, it is the society. I said, forget about the society. What you are learning from me. You become aware. No, I have an unconditional love towards my son. I will never think that he never called me. He might be busy. Yes, I said, this intellect has a good and a positive thought process. You are rising in a way. Oh, no, he may be busy. Then I said, no, you do not stop there. Oh, my son didn't call me this week. Let me call him and ask about his well being. Will you not remain mother even if you ask and call him? Oh, that I never thought of it. I said, thank you very much. That is why I'm